Hello again, all my comic collecting friends. It's Matt, Comic Order 410, here to do my long overdue response to the tag video that Lightning 2288 started. Once again, a big thank you to my friend Hippy's Collectibles for tagging me, and also if anybody else has tagged me and I have not seen it, I apologize because as usual I'm way behind on watching my videos. This is going to be a two-parter. It's going to be 50 of my favorite books, not necessarily my most valuable books per se. A lot of these were picked based on personal preference or the condition that they're in. And once again, to make it easier, I decided not to show any graded books because I just showed a lot of those recently, and I didn't count any magazines, hardcovers, or graphic novels. But to get it started here, this is Astonishing Tales number 25. This is a pretty nice copy. Probably a VF plus, maybe near mint minus. And this is the first appearance of Deathlock, and it's also George Perez's first published artwork, so really happy to have that book. I'm a big George Perez fan. This is, again, a nice copy here of Avengers 85, and this is the first appearance of Squadron Sinister. It's a nice one. Again, in the VF plus, near mint minus range. Another nice copy here. This is Batman 219, and I could be wrong, but I think this might be the first issue where Neil Adams did both the cover and the interior, but it's definitely one of his earlier Batman issues, and it's a nice high-grade copy, and I got Neil to sign it a couple years ago. I'm a big fan of the Whitman variants, and I also had to limit myself on what Whitman's and Marvel 30-cent test covers and sketch covers I was going to show. Those could be, again, whole other videos, but I wanted to grab this one because I'm a big Batman fan. This is, again, one of my higher grade Whitmans. Forgot to check the issue number because the Whitmans don't print them on the front, but this is a Bronze Age Batman cover by Garcia Lopez. Beautiful cover with Firebug choking him, and I got Garcia Lopez to sign it. But also, this has the what's known as the Whitman Clear Circle logo, which is one of the most rare Whitman logos. So very happy to have that. This is my new 52 Batman number 1 Ethan Van Sciver variant. I believe this is a 1 in 25, and it's hard to see because it's in silver here, but a couple months ago Ethan Van Sciver did a signing here at a local shop, and I got that signed. Next up, Detective Comics number 476, part 2 of the Jokerfish story. Love this story. This is one of my favorite Batman covers by the great Marshall Rogers, inked by, in my opinion, probably the greatest inker in all of comics history, Terry Austin. They were such an amazing art team, and I love this cover. And this is, again, this is probably a near mint copy of that. Again, another high-grade copy. This is my unread copy. It's got a sharp spine. This is a CGC-worthy copy of Dark Knight Returns. Very happy to own that. That was a big deal when it came out right away. Those books went up, and if you didn't grab them when they came out, you were paying a little bit for them. This is my San Diego Comic-Con Mattel toy variant to Batman 66 number 1. And a few years ago at Monster Mania Con near me, they had a Batman 66 reunion. So I took it and got it signed by Burt Ward, Lee Merriweather, and Adam West, who, of course, forces you to personalize the signature, even though he charges $60. But nonetheless, I'm happy to have that book. Next up, picked this up recently, a few months back, and got it at a half-price sale. This is a nice copy of Black Panther number 1. Does have a date stamp, but with the sale price, I got that for $15, so I was pretty stoked about that. This copy's a little beat up here, more than a little, but I've had this since I was young, and I think I paid maybe $10 or $20 for this book. And it's, as everyone knows, a legendary Jack Kirby cover to Captain America 100, first Marvel issue. This is another one of my favorite Jack Kirby covers to Captain America 107. Nice copy here. Again, this is probably in the VF plus near mint range. Small nick up in the top there, but I believe this is also the first appearance of Dr. Faustus. Again, another Captain America cover that I love, Captain America 111, and I got this signed by the legendary Jim Steranko, who is one of the nicest comic creators I've ever met. Class act and an incredible artist. Once again, another Kirby masterpiece, and this is one of the 30-cent test variants I pulled out. Not only is it to Captain America 200, but also was really happy to get this in the grade it's in. This is a sweet copy. Again, I had to limit myself on how many sketch covers I would pull out because I have a lot that I like, but got this a month or two ago and I showed it, and I was just so stoked when I got it back. I paid Steve Rude to do a mail order commission sketch cover of Captain America, and it was a nice surprise. It wasn't cheap, but it was a nice surprise because he put in more work than I had anticipated and gave me this beautiful cover that I'm so happy to have in my collection. Next up, this is pretty nice copy. Has a small bend that doesn't break color up there because it is in the white. But pretty nice copy, probably in the VF Plus range, VF at least. But Captain America Annual 8. One of my favorite covers from my childhood. I had this poster on my wall, and I got this signed by Mike Zeck, who's one of my favorite artists. Next up, this is the Michael Turner Aspen variant to Civil War #1. This was a Wizard World Philly exclusive, I believe. It was limited to 2,500 copies. And I picked up only one copy. I wish I'd have got more, but I grabbed one copy and I got it signed by Michael Turner and Peter Steigerwald. So very happy to own that as well. Michael Turner was great, and he left us way, way too early. Next up, this is my copy of The Crow #2. The only one I'm missing is #1, and between my buddy Ira, Comics Quest, and my buddy Steve, Fool Killer, who got this #2 signed for me by James O'Barr, I have every issue of The Crow signed by O'Barr except #1 now. So that's the only one I don't have graded, which may happen soon. This was the other 30-cent test cover I decided to pull out. It's one of my favorites. A pretty nice copy here of the Daredevil 132 30-cent test cover, excuse me. And this is the second appearance of Bullseye. This is DC Superstars #17, and this is the first appearance of the Huntress. And I was surprised to see how much copies of this book are going for now in high grade. It's very crazy. This is my copy of the ongoing Deadpool issue #1, and I got this signed by Ed McGuinness, and this is my unread copy. This is a nice near mint high grade copy. Doctor Strange 169. A few others have showed this book. It's got Dan Atkins cover here. Mine has a date stamp. Very nice book because it's the first issue of Doctor Strange coming out of when it used to be Strange Tales. So that's a nice, important book. As far as Doctor Strange goes, this is the Alex Molive cover to Fables #1. Again, this is my unread copy of this, and I got Bill Willingham to sign this. Next up, this is a near mint copy of Fantasy Quarterly #1, first appearance of ElfQuest. Said it before, this was self-published by Richard and Wendy Peeney. Didn't really get distributed out east. It was extremely low quality page quality, and the cover stock is horrible. It's like a newspaper, so this book's very hard to find in high grade. Happy to have one. Last but not least, this is the Firestorm 61 Superman test logo. I believe they did 5,000 or less of these. And again, it was a limited test market thing when DC was considering changing their DC logo to Superman comics. The logo is cool, but I'm glad they stuck with DC. That's the harder of the two to find. This is the Kevin Maguire cover to Justice League #3 with the Superman Comics Test logo on it. And this one isn't near mint. Neither was the Firestorm. I'd say these are both in like the VF minus range, but got pretty decent deals on both of them, and I'm glad to have them because they're not easy to come by in the wild. Thank you all very much for stopping by. Always appreciate your time. I'll be back at you soon with the last part of my tag video. And again, thank you to Tom and Rich for starting this. Thank you to everyone for stopping by. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your comics. And take care of each other.